This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We are excited to have our next guest here joining us, Suzi Steiger again. She's the owner again of RMP Travel and based out of New York City, but helping people all over the world, relying on over 45 years of experience in creating exciting outside of the box itineraries for large and small groups throughout the US, Canada, the Caribbean, you name it. She does it, and we're excited she's here today. How are you?
I'm great, Jill. Nice to see you again.
You too, and really excited for what's on our agenda today. So, before we get started, and just a little hint, summer travel options, just give us a little overview about what it is you do and do very well.
Okay, thank you. RMP Travel is a destination management company, or what's called a receptive inbound tour operator. We've been in business since 1979. We have developed over the years to handle many different things, international groups coming into the US, whether it be corporate groups or leisure cultural groups from all over the world, really. We really custom design everything that we do. So we get to know a client profile, we get to know what their needs are, what they would really like to experience, and we put a package together that they end up loving and they come back for more. So it's a great thing. I enjoy what we do over and over and over again. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
It's always
Yeah.
a pleasure having you here. And for today, we're going to get started with those summer travel options. And where do we start for today? Where did you want to begin? The travel and
Well,
US to US from abroad, or?
I think maybe we'll focus, obviously, travel from abroad, individual luxury travel, leisure, whatever group incentive, all of that is more than welcome from abroad coming to the United States, any area of the United States, or Aruba or Canada. But I thought that if some people right now are feeling like air travel is a little compromised, we're entering the summer and it's such a great time to experience a lot of living like a local kind of things. I think that this is an opportunity to maybe just think about, things that are around the corner or a few hours away. Get the family together. We can drive there if you wish, or take a train, or maybe not deal with some of the airline issues that are happening right now if that's uncomfortable. So I just thought I would talk about today some different kinds of exciting summer kinds of things because we just had Memorial Day weekend and it's time to travel and relax a little bit. Kids are getting out of school, so maybe family travel, uh, couples, friends, all of it. So I thought I would just suggest some different kinds of ideas and keep in mind we custom design everything so that if you want an experience, you tell me or my staff something that really appeals to you, and we will be happy to give you all kinds of ideas and make it an enriching experience. Um, right now, it's a good time to look at some of the options. Do you want to go to the beaches in Long
Oh,
Island, the
yeah, of course.
Hamptons?
Everyone hears about the Hamptons, and you got to explain to people what it is because people don't really know. They really think it's super rich and fancy and a little bit, but not really. It's practical. Explain it, please. Break it down for us.
Well,
And it's not just one place, the Hamptons. There's a whole bunch of different areas that make up the Hamptons.
Well, that's very true. And like it goes, the first Hampton is West Hampton, which is a more casual leisure place. And then it goes out to Southampton, which has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world and a very, very quaint town that is fun to explore and shop in, great restaurants. You can spend days there. It's wonderful. And then as you go further out, there's all kinds of little towns. There's Bridgehampton and and it goes all the way out to Montauk. And Montauk is really a very rustic town. I think some of you know Montauk from different TV shows that you've seen, some series. But if you like fishing, if you like something more rustic, there's so much to experience in that whole Long Island area. And you have the North Shore well, the North Fork and the South Fork. So the
Mm-hmm.
North Fork is also all kinds of pretty areas, lots of wineries,
I was just
lots of
gonna
things
say
to
the
do.
wineries.
Yeah, they're the
Yes.
best. They're the best. And they have music playing, and it's a fun day to just go do some tastings and hang out with your friends, listen to music, do a tour of the winery, see how the grapes grow. It's a
Hmm.
wonderful thing. There are farms to explore, all kinds of, special pie places or vegetable places
Yeah,
to go
good point.
shopping. It's a great thing. I love doing that. And you can make a week of it. You can start in one part of Long Island and you can go all the way
Yep.
out to the end. It's great to do. And there's lots of boating besides the beaches. If you want to go fishing,
Yep.
there's boating in Long Island, all over Long Island, and also in Brooklyn, in Freeport, Long Island. There's fishing boats, charter boats, so you can pay for a day of fishing and they'll clean your fish and you
Yep.
can go home with dinner, put the rest in your freezer, and you have fish for the season. So that's a fun thing to do. I actually like to fish too.
Me too. I took my kids to Montauk last year. We did the whole
Yeah,
Star Island area, and we went on the Captain, I forgot what Captain Gilling boat it was called, but out at Montauk, gorgeous, beautiful. Let alone the ferry rides we could also do to New England. That's a whole nother thing. But yes.
yeah. Yeah, that's great. Um, and then before we go to New England, I just like to talk about upstate New York a little bit because there's a wealth of things to explore. Um, you know, we do this whole Wine Water Wonders program, but if you wanted to go to some quaint towns that are even like an hour or 2 hours out of the city, there's wonderful places. Nyack is a very quaint little town. The Edward Hopper Museum is there. They have all kinds of restaurants and um, interesting things to see. A lot of cultural experiences, lots of nightclubs, lots of entertainment, festivals, many things like that. Beacon, New York is also a place like that that's just full of richness and all kinds of things to explore. And as you go up the Hudson to Niagara Falls, it's everybody knows of Niagara Falls, but if you haven't been, it's a beautiful place. And along the way, you have a lot of places that music festivals are taking place. Buffalo, New York has a couple of great music festivals in September. Rochester, New York has a jazz festival that I think goes on for 6 nights or days in June, which is something, we can book your hotel, we can set you up, you can do it by train, you can do it by car. There's many different options, all kinds of concerts.
Perfect.
And then if we want to switch to New England, Cape Cod, all of that area is so beautiful. It's sort of like New York, but it's another area with a New England flair and all kinds of seafood. Boston obviously is a beautiful area with a lot of culture, a lot of different kinds of things to see. Newport, Rhode Island is one of my favorites. Great seafood, just really nice to sit outside and experience all there is to experience. Um, and then you can take boats from the Boston Harbor up to Provincetown, and it's just an hour and a half ride. And it's one of the most beautiful things to do. I love it. And it's a fun town. There's just so much to see and do.
Beautiful.
Um, Excuse me one moment.
No problem. I'm excited. This is great. There's so much to do in Long Island, and I know also you were going to mention some movies on the beach, but where specifically can we do this?
Well, Long Beach is a very interesting
Ah,
town. They have so many things planned for the summer. A whole calendar comes out at the beginning of the summer, and there are concerts on the beach. There are movie screens on the beach. And so there's a whole schedule of movies that you can come see. You can stay at the Alegria Hotel in Long Beach. It's a beautiful property that has a pool and nice restaurant and it's right on the water. And there's a million restaurants around and it's very beachy, very nice. And
mm-hmm.
it's also a big area for cover bands.
Yeah.
So a lot of the music from a lot of the different groups that you like, every week there's an assortment of all different places, all different clubs, outdoor kinds of things places you can get lobster rolls and dance and drinks and all kinds of things to do. It's a nice way to spend the summer and just, go to one beach, go to another beach, just see the scene. And it's advertised in advance, so there's always things to do. And you can either book a stay or you can do it for a weekend. You can take the train from New York City out to Long Beach. It only takes 52 minutes and it's really easy. I think that, it's a nice area to explore. And if you want to stay longer, if you want to bring your family,
Yeah.
there's great hotels. There's a million things to do. So, or if you have a social club or you have a group of friends or anything like that, we can plan a whole itinerary for you.
Beautiful. Love it, love it. And by the way, you just mentioned that to me, brought back the memories of the Allegria Hotel and Long Beach. Such a beautiful area and neighborhood, let alone Long Beach itself. I mean, it's gorgeous to stay at the hotel, but there's so many things that are close. This is, honestly a destination I forgot about myself. So thank you for reminding me.
No, pleasure, pleasure. No, it's really fun. It's so much to explore. I just moved out sort of close to this area from the city, actually, a number of recently, last 5, 8 years, and I keep learning. And one of the
Hmm.
things I want to say is a staycation is actually very interesting because um, there's so many things, especially in New York City or around the surrounding areas where we all think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it's very exciting. But how many things can we do in one weekend or what? So if we start to make a list and we start to plan this summer, I'm going to tackle this or that, or it's really a nice thing to do. Um, and the sky's the limit. There can be driving vacations to other areas in the country. If you want to go out west and do
Yeah.
national parks, national park tours, we do that as well. Um, that has to be booked usually a little bit further in advance because it gets very booked up. But I think that some of the driving vacations are just as desirable sometimes if that works better for you at this time. And there's so many areas of the United States. We always
Yeah.
think we have to go further. We always have to find something else, but there are many things to go and see, and many places to go have lobster if you'd like.
Ah, yeah. You also mentioned Nyack too. Where's that? Honestly, I'm not
Nyack,
familiar.
Nyack is an hour in the Adirondacks,
Okay.
an hour outside of the city, and I am actually just learning about it. We're doing some work with the town, and this is a town that is very rich. They have a brick building company that actually made most of the bricks for most of the buildings in New York City, which I never knew about, which is really a kind of interesting thing to see. There's such a wealth of information there. So I have been talking to them, and actually we are going to go up there for a weekend this summer and get to know everybody and put some packages together for them because this is a really unique area that not many people know. And it's so easy to go to and learn different things. And they have a wealth of things to share, restaurants, they're real foodies up there. They really like to create. There's cheese shops and all kinds of interesting kinds of places to shop. And it's not very far away. You can take the railroad there
Yeah.
to and from either Penn Station or 125th Street, and it's an hour trip, and it's easy and fun and a whole change of scenery. Beacon is like that as well. That's more like 2 hours. They have many museums and many restaurants, nightclubs, a lot of talent in these places. They also
Hmm.
have like theater in both of those places and a lot of musical clubs and a real nightlife kind of area in a small quaint town kind of thing as opposed to New York City or some of the other places we go. So it's really nice to explore the state of New York because there's so much that you really don't know about. And um there's all kinds of distilleries that are
Hmm.
being built and different ways to sample how you make wine, how you make liquor, how you make different kinds of drinks, and it's enriching. It's very nice to see all the things we can see that we don't even know about. So we would love to help you experience that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I want to experience it too. My goodness. All right. So you don't realize living in New York, there's so much to do, and there's just so much to even, by the way, what about even like the Gold Coast, the Long Island, looking at the mansions? That's something I think we might have mentioned last time, right?
We
Well,
did mention it,
mm-hmm.
and that's a great thing to do. There's oh God, what's the name of it? I'm sorry. There are mansions. There's a lot of history there. Um, Sorry, I forgot the name of the mansion, but um, like there was a man, Otto Kahn, and he came from Germany, and he wanted to build a castle in now I remember it. He wanted to build a castle in Germany and he wasn't allowed to do it. So he came out to Long Island and he built Ohika Castle, which is one of the main castles that people visit on the Gold Coast when they go there. And actually, now it's a great setting for luncheons and weddings. And it's a beautiful spot, beautiful grounds, and highly photographed. And if you ever want to consider getting married, either at Ohika Castle or
Mm-hmm.
even out in West Hampton, they have the Bath and Tennis is famous for doing weddings there as well. There's so many places to consider for different kinds of experiences. So it's like the Gold Coast. There's beautiful flowers and there's a whole itinerary. I think we have one on our website actually. Check it out. It's really and you can combine Broadway shows that tell the story along with visiting the places as well. And Lake George is another place that is so beautiful. The Sagamore Hotel, it's just such a gorgeous lake.
I
And
love the Sagamore, the pool. Oh my
isn't it
gosh.
gorgeous?
And the
And
free boat ride. Yes.
yes, and I stood out on that dock and I said, I was on a familiarization trip and I said, sorry, I'm not joining you for the rest of the time. I'm going to go stay right here overlooking the water because it's such a beautiful view. But they have all kinds of places that you can stay over there and there's so much to do and see. Um, I think that the summer is a great time to take a chance and pick an area that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
And we can help you plan an itinerary with all kinds of things that you wouldn't even know to ask for because there's so much to see and do and so much more is being created. I think that, people are getting much more creative. They're really trying to understand what travelers want to experience and it doesn't have to be a big trip. It can be, just something that you share for a weekend or a week and you can drive to. And maybe some of the things that we don't feel like doing in the summer because we've been going all year and we just want to do something a little bit more leisurely. These are some great ideas to think about. And some are on my website, but if you want us to fill you in with all kinds of new ideas, because we are
Mm-hmm.
constantly exploring and learning and bringing new things to you. And I'm going to put a little teaser out. We're not going to talk about this too much this time, but things are gearing up for World Cup coming to the United States. It's actually United States, Mexico, and Canada. And we are going to be involved in that. We are building packages for it. And if that's an inspiration to anybody, we would love to start to work with you on that.
Can I ask you a little bit about, do you want to dive into New England a little bit and like the mansion type tours?
Sure. Newport, Rhode Island is really one of my favorite places. The mansion tours in Newport, Rhode Island are just beautiful and gorgeous with gorgeous properties. You can actually see them from the water if you take a boat ride. There's also Block Island that you can visit, but the mansion tours are just amazing. Um, there's Rose. the Rose Mansion. There's the old Kennedy Mansion there. There's many famous people from there, and it's a whole area that it's delving back in history. It's the summer home area of many of either the political or previous very wealthy families. The Astors had a home there. A lot of the famous people that built buildings in New York and are famous from New York or even famous from the Titanic also have homes there. So it's so much to explore. It's really, you can spend days doing it. And it's a really quaint old town. Besides beautiful water and seafood, there's old cars and there's all kinds of things to see. There's car museums. Um, there's such richness there. It's really, I happen to like Newport. It's one of my favorite places to explore. And then obviously up to Boston again, and that whole area. There's Narragansett, which is en route
Yeah.
from Newport to Rhode Island, sorry, to Boston. And again, the seafood is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Lobsters that you couldn't even, the size of them are outrageous, but I don't know if everybody likes lobster, but I do. Um, but it's really, it's such a fun area. I sort of compare the upstate New York, although they're a little different, to New England, because New England is quaint and has a different history, but it's also great unto itself, and New York has its own history. So it's just an amazing area.
Now, can I also ask about Fourth of July celebrations? Where are they best? I mean, New York City to me is too crowded of a place. You have any ideas for that?
Um, yeah, actually, all of these areas have, there are fireworks. There's lots of celebration on the beaches out by Long Beach and Long Island. Um, in Freeport, New York City is nice, but it can be congested and sometimes it is better to watch it on TV. But um, yeah, I think when you get into some of the outlying areas, you have as many options to experience the fireworks, and they're also on different days. They don't all have to be on the 4th of July per se. In some of the towns, they do their fireworks on July 3rd, and some of them July 5th. So it's really, you can make a whole week of it, a whole experience of it, and without the congestion and without, some of the restrictions. So it's nice to spend the week at the beach and celebrate 4th of July and see all the people that are coming out from different areas as well. And some of the quieter areas are sort of nice to experience that in. It's really a change of pace for a change. New York City is always wonderful, but I think that Long Beach is wonderful. The Hamptons are wonderful. Um, the North Fork is amazing, and the bodies of water, the boats, all of it is just such a nice way to experience some of that. Uh, 4th of July, I don't know what day it ends up this year, but that week, if you wanted to plan something for it, now is the time. And we would be happy to help you with that. And
Beautiful.
sometimes, if you don't want to stay downtown Long Beach or something like that, there are a lot of surrounding areas in Long Island where maybe the hotels are a little less expensive and not that far away. So you can use that as your launching pad and stay there and then go from town to town from there and
Yeah.
have your home base be a little less expensive, but still easily accessible to all of these different areas. So that's something to keep in mind.
Beautiful. Lots and lots of choices. And these are amazing destinations. Great travel tips for us today. And clearly, yeah, you got me now making a list on the side here about what I need to do with my family. Oh my
Good.
gosh.
I
We
would be
did
happy to help.
we did Newport last year. We did
Oh,
that
nice.
little thing. And the Sagamore they did when they were little. I got to bring them back there. And we're going to do Montauk again this year. And now I got to do Long Beach. You got that one on my mind. I'm going to look into that right away.
Okay, cool.
All
So let me
right.
know if I can help. Yeah.
I sure will. Thank you so much. Really, pleasure having you here, and always exciting to get your insight with the travel since you are a travel expert. Tell us how we can reach out to you, sweetheart.
Okay. You can go through my website and put a request in at www.rmptravelinc.com, or you can give us a call at 1-800-223-0864, or you can reach out to 212-581-8051 or 917-596-5200, and
Beautiful.
you'll
Thank you
get us
so
there.
much.
Happy to help. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Sounds like a plan. Looking forward to the next time. Always great details and notes. Thank you so much. Have a great day, hon.
Okay.
Bye bye.
You too. Thanks a lot.
This
Bye-bye.
is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect. This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.